Hey there, it's the return of the slop, because there actually is some slop to talk about. Drama, you might even say. If you're watching this channel, there's a good chance you're familiar with noclick in his channel. He occasionally does mod reviews, and at one point he reviewed the mod Half-Life 2 Overcharged, which you may know about, in case you don't. It was I'd say controversial mod, in the sense that people were not sure if it's good or not. It basically allowed you to overhaul your Half-Life 2 experience with a bunch of new settings. I made a video about it in the past, so if you want more details, check that out. I think most of you will be aware of what that mod is exactly. The general consensus was it's rather bad, more bad than good. In my review, I was a bit more nice to it. I think if you take enough time with the settings and you make a good preset, it can be interesting to play, even though it's quite enemy spammy. But if you want a new experience with Half-Life 2, that's a good way to go. But well, things have happened that will make me take back my endorsement. What happened is that they released Half-Life 2 Overcharged 2.0. That was meant to fix a bunch of bugs with the game and just improve the general experience. In all honesty, I don't care exactly what was improved. noclick did that in his video and also pointed out the many new flaws the mod has. But even more so importantly, there's quite the scandal in the mod now. noclick in this video talks about how he tried launching the mod and it didn't work. He got an error saying, "Stop talking shit about us," which is an interesting error. So he investigated and updated his graphics card, he reinstalled Half-Life 2, the Source Engine based 2013, and even asked Radiation Hazard about what could maybe be causing this issue, because nobody else seemed to be having it. Radiation Hazard had the idea of, what if they're blocking you specifically? Turns out, he was right. While it was only speculation at first, code has actually been found in the game that blocks specific Steam IDs from playing Half-Life 2 Overcharged. Specifically, those who talk shit about it. I wasn't part of this list that was banned. I think they thought my review was positive enough. But the people affected are Skolza, Karen, and Radiation Hazard. And noclick, of course. Skolza is a Spanish Half-Life YouTuber. Radiation Hazard and noclick you of course know. And Karen is a YouTuber, otherwise known as Nested Bugs TV, who made a Half-Life 2 Overcharge video which doesn't even have 500 views. How petty do you have to be to block him? To be clear, these people merely criticized the mod. Maybe made fun of it. Maybe even if they call it shit. None of that justifies them blocking the Steam ID of theirs. Now I want to be clear, noclick mentions that this could have been used to install malware on specific people's PCs, which is possible if you read the Steam ID, but this wasn't done here. I've seen people say that this mod includes malware, which kind of muddies the whole story a bit. So to be completely clear, every time you start Half-Life 2, you do it using your Steam ID, if you're playing through Steam, which I believe you have to, even on a CD version. So your Steam ID will always be logged in the game. To read that and cause a crash isn't hard for an experienced coder. Now sure, it's an effort you go through and it's very much a deliberate choice to do specifically that, but it isn't malware. But noclick is right in that once you start reading Steam IDs, you can do pretty bad stuff with it. To perhaps compare, you may know of the game Project Zomboid. It's an open world isometric indie game about surviving in a zombie apocalypse. The main gameplay loop is that you try to survive as long as possible, and every time you die you have to create a new character. You can probably do like save scumming and whatever, but usually it's about surviving as long as possible in one singular run. A lot of people have survived hundreds, if not thousands of hours with their character. That game has mod support on Steam, a Steam workshop. And well, somebody who also got criticism for their mod, which to be honest, I'm not sure what type of criticism, but nothing justifies what I'm about to tell you. That person deliberately included code in the mod that bricked the save of everyone who had the mod installed, which is just awful. The mod has more than 200,000 downloads. The mod is still on Steam, which is weird. The situation only happened like a few weeks ago, so it's not clear what will happen. The guy who made the mod is yet to be banned on Steam though, and so is the mod. So yeah, what are the implications of this? Well, we saw a rise of hacked Gmod mods a bit ago. It's still happening quite frequently, where people just implement jump scares or any form of not safe for work images in their mods, which is absolutely deranged behavior, by the way. Then we had the Project Zomboid thing, and now we have the Half-Life 2 Overcharge thing, where specific Steam IDs are being blocked. And the implications of it being, you could do worse with a person's PC after reading the Steam ID. You could just brick their PC if you want to. But yeah, to be clear again, they didn't do this in this case. Half-Life 2 Overcharge simply didn't launch for specific people. It's also somewhat similar to Helm's Deep from Left 4 Dead. For the longest time, the most popular upload used to be stolen, and the creator just added a ton of code to his mod, modified the main menu of Left 4 Dead and stuff. It's like super weird. That's a somewhat similar case. But yeah, what do I think about the whole Overcharge situation? Well, you shouldn't download Overcharge, let's start there. That mod doesn't deserve any support anymore. I think it's like career suicide for the development team. They have another mod on Steam called Arctic Episodes or something like that, I don't care. That should just be taken off of Steam. We now know they can't be trusted as developers. Shutting up the people who criticize your mod is egotistical at best and potentially illegal in some cases. Not in this case specifically, I'm pretty sure you couldn't legally do anything about it. But in the case of a AAA game, there is a very good chance you could do something if you just get blocked from the game for being yourself. But yeah, obviously this isn't a AAA game. I'm also not sure what kind of world we're heading into with this like criticism blocking. I mean, like even as if people wouldn't just bypass it by just blocking a Steam ID, you can just switch accounts. It's just kind of cumbersome, really. But the thought of even like doing that, it's not like they were shitting all over your mod like you're claiming in the error. They were simply criticizing something that deserved criticism. Like the mod, it was pretty broken. It had a ton of flaws, but like that's fine, that's normal, I'd even say. Like as long as you're openly proclaiming that a mod is still in work in progress, then fine. Which, to be fair, I'm sure Overcharged called the mod a beta somewhere maybe or something, but I don't remember that I downloaded like a prototype or whatever, like that it openly proclaimed that. It seemed like I was downloading a finished mod, which it wasn't, obviously. Hell, they even said I wanted to release it on Steam before 2024, which obviously didn't happen. Which is so weird, like the mod used beta assets, which Valve is very open about that they don't like people doing that. And it used assets from like CSGO and probably some other IPs, but that's just allegedly, I don't know, I'm not sure. But CSGO and half of the beta, I'm sure about. So there's no way Valve would approve a Steam release. And obviously it wasn't even finished. Why target a Steam release? Finish your game first. Unless it's like supposed to be a super hyper modernistic abstract piece of art in which the artwork is the broken gameplay. I mean, hell, all power to you if that's the case, but you should clarify that. And obviously this isn't the case right here. They acknowledged the criticism at one point and said they would be fixing a bunch of stuff, which is this 2.0 version, which obviously didn't go so well. But yeah, as I was saying, noclick and radiation hazard, they were just criticizing the mod. The broken aspects, the annoying aspects, the things people may not like about this mod. Which is totally fair, like criticism is just a part of everything. Like, these are valuable opinions. Why are you trying to silence them? And not even like only silence them, like completely stop them from playing as a whole. And like obviously this has turned into a drama. Like seriously, there was no foresight in that decision. Like why would you block Steam IDs? Don't do that. It's like a Streisand effect, really. It won't help. It will do quite the opposite, actually. If you just didn't do that, perhaps people would have appreciated it more. I'm generally rather nice towards mod developers because they're putting in time for a free product. And I appreciate anyone putting in any kind of passion to create something for others. But yeah, no, not in this case, no. I would have given it a fair shot, but now it's ruined. The mod is ruined. Like, Overcharged will forever be the mod that blocked certain YouTubers from playing it. Like, that's your whole legacy now. It's like how cinematic mod is remembered for fully modeled and nothing else. Well, Overcharged will also be remembered for the sun is leaking now, which is pretty funny. If you don't get what I'm saying, watch noclick's video. And I'm not just speaking generally. Like, if you need a direct example, you lost me. I defended the mod. I even endorsed it in one of my videos, but now? No way I'm doing that. I'm also gonna add a pinned comment to my video about it that people shouldn't download it and remove the link from my description. And I seriously don't mean it in a sense like my opinion is worth more than others. I'm just saying like, as someone who was rather charitable towards this mod and even like open to making it work somehow, you've totally lost me. Just like many other people who probably had a similar opinion like I did. But doing this super dumb decision, you've lost so many potential people who would have liked your mod now. So yeah, super fucked up. I hope we don't see this more often. I seriously hope this stays in this one case and this doesn't happen again. I hope the mod gets taken off of ModDB and wherever else it might be hosted. And actually, from all I can tell on ModDB, the mod is taken down. The page still exists, but there's no files. So that's perhaps a win? I don't know. Which is unfortunate. It was like a mod made with passion behind it to this. Why would you do this? Like, as I said, career suicide. I'm sure there's a ton of talented developers in there and yeah, somebody just ruined the fun for everyone. I'm not gonna act like it's the worst thing that ever happened, like noclick, radiation hazard, and everyone affected I think is fine, but I do hope this didn't open like Pandora's box, like it did with the Garry's Mod add-ons some time ago. Where now you've got like a new Reddit post every 2 weeks about how this mod is infected, this mod will give you a jump scare, this mod will, I don't know, do whatever. I also think Valve should be taking more action against this, like specifically include in the rules of the workshop that mods can't attempt to like cause harm to the real life player, like bricking their safe and whatever. I'm not sure that that's clearly defined in their rules. Obviously, Overcharged isn't even hosted on Steam. So yeah, in conclusion, Half-Life 2 Overcharged with a few more months, years to fix some stuff could have been a great mod. A mod that is loved by the community, similar to S-Mod. But instead, they chose to do a very dumb thing, which has lost the dev team all of the trust, and now it's just down the drain. And it's merely a topic for a slop channel like mine. Yeah, so the Overcharged situation is crazy. Let me know what you think in the comments. This has been the last daily upload. Go check out the main channel video. And yeah, otherwise, thank you for watching.